Hello, good morning, students. Now we have finished the grammar. Now going through the grammar, page number 4 and 5. We have finished the pronoun sujet, pronoun tonic, and the nouns. Noun. How will be the nouns? What type of nouns are there? How to identify the nouns? How to differentiate the nouns, masculine or feminine? What is the method? Then now we are going to see the article and defini in the page number 5. This we have already seen before starting the lessons. Once again, we recall it. This we finished before starting the lessons. L'article indéfini se met devant le nom et indique une personne, une chose ou un animal non déterminé. That means indefinite articles used in front of the placed in front of the nouns and indicates a person, thing or animal non-determinate, non-specific, undetermined things, persons, animals. You can use this place the indefinite articles in front of those nouns. What type of nouns? Person or thing or animal, unspecific, not determined, unknown. That means if you're not clear, specific about it, you can use this indefinite articles. What are the three indefinite articles? Here it is given only two. Three are there. You have seen in the grammar part. UN, UNE, DES. Meaning, English meaning AAN and DES for some. Both has the AAN. DES means some. Here the examples is given. A home, a man, uniform, a woman, un garçon, a boy, une fille, a girl. Un père, a father, une mère, a mother. Un appartement, an apartment, a house, une maison, house, feminine. Masculine, you have to use UN. Feminine, you have to use UNE. For plural, you have to use DES. These are the indefinite articles for non-specific things, persons, or animals. We have already seen in the grammar. This is the notes we have already seen before starting the lessons. This I have posted in the group also. You can go through it later. Already we seen this topic. Indefinite article refers to a person's object, things not specifically identified. Three articles are there: UN, UNE, DES. UN for masculine, UNE for feminine, DES for plural nouns. Meanings is given here. Examples is given here. Like as in the textbook, same only are given and described here in the grammar. Next, in the page number 6, les article defini. This also we have seen before starting the lessons. How many definite articles are there? 4. Here it is given only 2. 2 more is there. What are the how we have to use it? Article indefini. Met. MET means metre, to place, to put. Is placed before in front of the nouns and indicates a person, show, thing or animal. Shows mean thing. Une person, a person, thing or animal, specific. There you have to use this definite articles. Indefinite articles means non-specific, undetermined. Here, definite articles, precise, clear. Then you have to use this definite articles. 4 are there: LE, LA, L apostrophe, LES. LES for masculine nouns, LA for feminine nouns, L apostrophe for nouns, masculine or feminine, whatever. If it starts with a vowel, you have to use L apostrophe. LES, L for plural nouns. Any plural nouns, definite articles, LES. 4 are there. Examples are given. See here. Le soleil, the sun. Le fleuve, the river. Le bois, the woods. Le livre, the book. The film, movie. Le lion, feminine. Here it is masculine, here it is feminine. I told you the easy way to find type of the nouns. Type of the noun, the which points things or things, which points things. For persons and animals, you can determine it by the gender. For persons and animals, you can determine it by the gender. But for things, with the help of the endings, you have to identify. Memorizing everything is very difficult part. So much of nouns are there. So know the method to easily identify majority of the nouns, not totally, majority of the nouns. Around 80-90% remaining or exception that you have to learn it and identify those nouns. With the help of the endings you can't identify that you will see in the lessons. For example, see here, lived, the ending is e but it's masculine. Like that, for few more examples will be there in the lessons, that you have to identify by learning. That is the only way. Examples are given here for feminine: la lune, the moon; la rivière, river; la montagne, the mountain; la forêt, the forest; la campagne, the river, countryside. The examples are given. For other two nouns, here examples are not given, but we have seen in the grammar before the lessons. This is the notes we have seen before the lessons. Definite articles. How many is there? 4. L-E-L-L apostrophe L-E-S. For masculine, for feminine, for masculine or feminine noun starting with vowels. Last one for plural nouns. Here the examples. If the noun is masculine, place the definite article before it, masculine, le. If the noun is feminine, definite articles la you have to use. If it starts with a vowel, you have to use the definite articles l apostrophe. Then if it's plural, les. How to know which is plural? If the most of the feminine nouns with s, it's plural. Few more rules are there that we can see in the second lesson. Some nouns has different endings, not only yes, majority. If it noun ends with yes, it's plural. Exceptions, many rules are there to change from singular to plural, that we can see in the second lesson. This is the definite article. What is the meaning of all the 4 definite articles? The next next page number 6, we are going to see the verbs. I already gave the notes about verbs. Verbs is a word used to describe an action or state of being in a sentence. In a sentence, to tell any action, to express anything, you have to use a verb. In French, you have to know the meaning of each verb. To understand the sentence, you have to learn the verbs. You have to learn the verbs. What are all used in the lessons is given in the each lesson grammar part. You have to learn the verbs one by one from the grammar part. The verbs are given. Then I am going to give the explanation about the verbs. Then you will see the verbs. This is the verb conjugation in the page number 6. The verb is like this: e circumflex tre etre. Conjugation is given here 6. This is given in present tense form. Now you are going to see only present tense. After few lessons only, you will learn different tenses after few lessons. Now, conjugation, present indicative, present tense form of any verb. I told you for one verb you have 6 forms for that verb. Why? For 6 different subjects. 6 different subjects are there. So, for one verb you have 6 forms. Those 6 forms are called conjugation of that verb, of that particular conjugation of that particular verb in particular tense. Here, conjugation of ether verb in present tense, conjugation of appeler verb in present tense, conjugation of parler verb in present tense. Habitual verb is not given, but here both verbs are same to do the conjugation, same way method to do the conjugation. I'll explain in the verb topic. This is the verbs. Now see the verbs. French verbs. French verb is a word to use to express action or state of being in a sentence, that is the main part of the sentence. Here in French there are 3 groups are there. 3 groups of verbs are there. What are the 3 groups? er, ir, re. 3 groups are there. These are the ending for that 3 groups, infinitives. These are the ending for that infinitive verbs. Er group, ir group, RE group. ER group we call it as a first group. IR group we call it as a second group. RE group we call it as a third group. In these three group, there are regular verbs and few irregular verbs. In these three groups, only three are there. In these three, all the three, there are irregular verbs. Mostly fully ER verbs or regular verbs. Mostly, except ale verb, all the verbs are regular verbs in ER verbs. There will be some few more small changes only. Mostly it is regular. IR and RE, mostly regular, few irregular you have to learn. Few irregular verbs, conjugations you have to learn or memorize. Because for regular verbs, you can learn a pattern, follow the pattern. Irregular verb, you cannot follow a pattern, it will be totally different. Here, for each group regular verbs, we have a pattern. We should follow the pattern to do the conjugation. That's all. Just follow the pattern for that regular verbs. Regular verbs, irregular verbs, how to identify? Just by learning only. Just by learning only you can identify. There is no other method mentioned. This is regular, this is irregular. We will tell you. You have to make a note of the irregular verbs, then learn it. First regular verbs. For each group regular verbs, so we have a pattern. We should follow the pattern to do the conjugation. Next, for irregular verbs, in this same group, not different group, in this same ER, there are few irregular verbs. For that, no way, no pattern to conjugate. Memorizing is the only way. That's all. Let us see the examples. C for regular verbs. C for regular verbs. I told you there is only three groups: ER, IR, RE. I have written here. ER, IR, RE. Here, third, same only. IR, RE, OIR. Some verbs in IR or OIR, some few verbs. For that, I have written the separate column. Only three are there. This is separate for few irregular verbs. Same group only, but for few, you have to follow this pattern. If you know that pattern, it will be easy. Here, for first group, ER group, what you have to do, how to do the conjugation? Just change the endings of that verb. Just change the infinitive verb endings of that verb. ER, replace it by E for first person. For if the subject is J, if the verb is regular ER verb, then replace it by ER by E. If the subject is second person, if it is a regular ER verb, replace ER by ES. If the subject is third person, if it is a regular ER verb, replace ER by E. Same only, E, ES, E. If the subject is new, for 6 different subjects, 6 forms for that verb. I told you that only we called as a conjugation. For new, replace ER by ONS. For woo, replace ER by EZ. For ill and L, last person, replace ER by ENT. This is for regular ER group verbs. Next, for IR verbs. This is also for regular IR verbs. For first person J, replace it by IS. Replace IR by IS. For second person, replace IR by IS. For third person, replace IR by IT. For first person plural, replace IR by ISSONS. For woo, replace IR by ISSEZ. For ill and L, replace IR by ISSENT. You can see the examples in the lesson. That time you will understand. I am giving the endings, pattern for that any type of verbs, regular verbs. If you see the verb conjugations in the book, you can understand easily. Third group, RE group. RE group, what you have to do? Replace that ending RE by S for first person. For second person, replace RE by S. For third person, replace RE, then don't add anything in the third person. Just leave it. Then for first person plural, replace RE by ONS. Then for second person plural, replace RE by EZ. Then last person, replace RE by ENT. Then we saw the three types of groups. Then one more, same only. Here only, nothing different. OIR means comes under this category. IR here, RE. Few irregular verbs you have to change like endings like this. Easy. Replace ir or re by s for first person, second person again s, third person t, then for no ons ez ent. See the last three persons as the endings ons ez ent. It will be constant. Only here ISS ONS, most of the verbs ONS EZ ENT. This is constant for the plural forms of the conjugation. This is the way to conjugate any verb. Regular, we have seen. Irregular, I told you here also it is mentioned no way, no pattern to conjugate. Just memorize it. How many irregular you have to learn? Around 15 like that. Around 15 for this year, 15 to 20. There will be irregular verbs which has no pattern. You have to learn it by writing and practicing it and memorizing it. That's the only way. For regular verbs, you can do with the help of this in a pattern, you can do conjugation for thousands of verbs easily. ER verbs to replace these endings, for IR verbs replace these endings, for RE verbs replace these endings. Just memorize these endings to do the conjugation of regular verbs in present tense form. In present tense form. Okay. Now we see the example. This is the examples given in the textbook, page number 6, present indicative, être, appeler, parler, habiter. First, we'll see the regular verbs, then we'll see the irregular verbs. Let us see the regular verbs. It is easy, just follow the pattern. Parler verb, habiter verb. This we are going to see now. Here, the parler verb conjugation is given here. How it is done, I explain now. Look at here, regular verbs, parley verb. Meaning of that verb, to speak. Meaning of that verb, to speak in English. If you do the conjugation of this verb in present tense, you have to follow the pattern. Just now I shown. Just follow the pattern, do the conjugation. Example, parley verb. What type of verb this is? ER verb. I told you only three groups, ER, IR, RE. Here it is ER. See the endings? ER. Now, replace the endings. Now, replace the infinitive verb ER by the given endings. Here the endings is given. For ER verbs, what you have to do? Replace the ER by E for first person, second person, third person singular, then first person, second person, third person plural. Same this you have to do. Here, look at here. Now retain PARL. That you have to retain in the conjugation. You are just replacing ER by E for first person. Just now you saw it. Replace ER by E. Then retain PARL. Then change the endings ER by ES for second person. If the subject is J, first person I, conjugation should be like this. If you change it or write some other conjugation, it's wrong. You have to write in this method only. Then third person il or L. Replace ER by E, PARLE. Pal. Japal, Chupal, il pal. Il means he, L means she. No. Retain, PARL. It's there from the verb. You have to just retain it, place it. Then you are just replacing the endings ER by ONS. That is the endings. That is the endings for six persons. E, ESE, ONS, EZ, ENT. Here I underlined the replacements. The ER is replaced by E, ESE, ONS, EZ, ENT. For who? For who conjugation, replace ER by EZ. For ill and LA, replace ER by ENT. This is the conjugation for the parley verb. For one verb, you have six forms. For that verb, for six different subjects. This we call conjugation of parley verb in present tense. Japal, I speak, you speak, he, she speaks, we speak, you speak, they speak. Like this, you have to do the ER verb conjugation if it is regular verb. Irregular, no way. Let us see later about it. Next verb, what is given in the text? See here, after parley, habiter verb is given, but the conjugation is not given here. For parley verb only, the conjugation is given, a present tense form that of present tense conjugation of that verb, habiter verb. Yeah, yeah, apile is also er verb. Like this only you have to follow this verb also. But etre re verb. See here, et re etre verb irregular. See here, parley verb conjugation is similar. All the conjugations are similar, just the endings are different. Es, ons, ez, ent. But etre verb, it's totally different. Each conjugation will be different. So it's irregular verb. You have to memorize it. suis, es, est, sommes, et, sont. Verb meaning of this verb etre means to be self. If anyone talks about them self, you have to use this verb etre, to be. Appeal verb means to call, same er verb, just to the conjugation, but it's a pronominal verb, reflexive verb. So you have to conjugate the pronoun and the verb, both you have to do it. That we'll see later. First, know the verbs, pronominal verbs. Next, here habite verb, same like parley verb, er verb. How to do the conjugation? Just replace er by change the endings like this. Let us see. See here, like parley verb, same er verb. Habite means to live, to reside, to dwell in that place. To live, to reside, to dwell in that place. Habite verb. J'habite. Here je, here it's j apostrophe, because je becomes j apostrophe in front of vowels. If the verb starts with vowels a, e, I, o, u and h, if it starts with a vowel, then je shrinks to j apostrophe. It is given already in the column pronoun suje, je, j apostrophe, both meaning I. Here verb meaning is given live. So j'habite means I live. Second person, what you have to do? Just now you replace the endings like that, same. Like that, same. For er verbs, what you have to do? Replace er by e. Es, e, ons, ez, ent. Here, underlined. Like that, similar. Similar. Replace er by e. Jabit. Second person, chew. Replace er by es. For third person, il and l, replace er by e. For first person plural, replace er by ons. For woo, replace er by ez. Just see the endings. Just see the endings. That's all. Regular, you have to do this only. You have to memorize the endings for regular verbs. How to identify regular, irregular? By learning only. Most of the verbs are regular in your lessons. Few are irregular, that you have to identify and learn it. No other way. There is no way to identify regular, irregular. So just learn it and identify. Most of the er verbs are regular. Most of the er verbs are regular. In er verbs and re verbs, few are irregular. That's all. J'habite, I live. Tu habites, you live. Il, elle habite, he or she lives. Nous habitons, we live. Vous habitez, you live. Il, elle habite, they live. This is the verb conjugation of er verbs in present tense. Next verb, what is used in the grammar page? Appele, A-P-P-E-L-E-R, meaning to call. That we'll see in the next class. Now go through the verbs. Very important topic, verbs. What are the groups or type of groups of verbs? Then how to do the conjugation of that verbs if it is regular. Irregular, we'll see later. Okay, thank you.